Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to another episode of XCOM 2. So, we just had our first real mission. We're back in our wonderful Avenger over here, our giant space behemoth, and we've got some things that we need to do. One thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to head over to the Armory, and we're going to take a look at our soldiers, because we have a piece for a gun, and we're going to try putting it on a gun. I don't know if we're going to use it forever, but we might as well give it a try. So, here we have ourselves a nice traditional rifle. We've got a weapon upgrade, and we have an available slot on it. In there, we can apply our upgrades. So here, this will apply a stock to it, which, as we discovered earlier, means that missed shots still deal 1 damage to the target. And we're going to make one of these. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's stuck always on the same person, but it does mean now that we have one. So if we want to maneuver it around and make sure we always have a soldier who has that on the mission, we can. We're probably not going to apply many more weapon upgrades until after we've gotten the next tier of weaponry, but I figure it's worth at least using one for now, because our soldiers miss a lot right now, and getting at least 1 damage might make a lot of difference. So I figure of all the things to be using, that's a pretty good one. What we're going to do right now, though, is we're going to just head over to our main control at the bridge and see what's going on in the world.
Commander, we have a lead on the alien black site.
Okay.
We'll have to rely on the local resistance to actually get us into the facility. We should try to make contact with their forces in the region as soon as possible. It's the only way we're going to find out what's behind this so-called Avatar project.
Alright, so here we have an Advent black site. We're going to have to get in here, but in order to get in here, we're going to have to develop radio communication so we can talk to the people who live in the area so that we can actually go over there and have somewhere safe to stay with the rebels that live in the area. There's a nice reward of 125 supplies if we can beat that mission, but we have to get there first. So we'll see about that as soon as we can. Rumors from the Resistance also tell us that there's supplies on the battlefield. New Mexico, they found some information for us there, but I think right now we want to go head over to the stockade and try and get that second engineer, because a second engineer would be good stuff right now. So let's head over there and see if we can't get that. Getting some more supplies, I mean, we have a lot more room to maneuver when it comes to building new facilities, when it comes to getting new upgrades, and all kinds of other important things that we'll need. So we'll pass a little bit of time here and hopefully get that engineer. Fantastic. In a desperate attempt to assert their independence from Advent, a small community constructed a makeshift stockade around a local radio station. We managed to locate the engineer responsible for the design, and Shen convinced them to join her team. Dr. Alexei Kozlov. Alright, we're not going to fly back to HQ, but we are going to put this guy to work. So, let's hop back out of the menu, and let's put our new engineer to work. Now, we could help him speed up the guerrilla tactics school. That might not be a bad choice. It'll only speed it up by a day or two, though, so I think what we're going to do... I don't know, because this isn't done yet either. You know what, that's fine. That is fine. Alexei Kozlov, you're going to help us finish the guerrilla tactics school. There you go, took 2 days off of it. And then when these are done, we can start working on the next spot down below, so we can start moving towards our exposed power coil. Now, I believe the exposed power coil just means that whatever you build there doesn't need power, because it gets it from the power coil, but that's fine by me too. Getting buildings that don't cost power is going to make a big difference here, and we're trying to get a bunch of things built in a hurry. So, that's always good. Wrong button. Wrong button again. There we go. I promise I'm good at video games. Alright, we're going to head over to the battlefield to pick up those supplies, because more supplies would be a nice thing as well. Wouldn't surprise me if we're about to get hit with some kind of event before we finish this one, because it's a 7-day, which is quite a long time. We might get to alien biotech first, though. We'll see. Looking good. Yeah, there's the alien biotech.
So much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
Alright, so that video right there is the reason why I had my theory that the simulations are what happens even if you thought you won the previous game. I know that XCOM have said that that's not what it is, that all your victories are legitimate, but in those simulations they show you fighting sectopods and other mutons and other later game enemies, and if you lose the war early on, then that makes... like, why would you see those? So the fact that they keep showing you these late game minions makes me think that they had you simulating future battles that they would use against you with slightly modified things here, which is why it's a simulation of while you were in captivity. But anyway, that's my own little silly theory. But here we go. We've got a new mission to examine an Advent officer corpse. I don't think we're going to worry about that right now. Lots of stuff going on here, though.
To receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
With little time to prepare, we were forced to conduct an extremely invasive procedure on the commander in order to remove what appeared to be an implant carefully enmeshed within the occipital lobe. Although all indications were that the device was not designed for removal, concerns as to the commander's potential longevity and the risk of possible remote manipulation by the aliens left us with little alternative. Despite my concerns, the commander has so far felt no lasting effects from the procedure and appears to be recovering ahead of expectations. As for the chip itself, my initial findings are alarming, to say the least. The device is psionically driven by the latent energy of the subject's brain, in this case, the commander. More importantly, it appears this device functions as both a transmitter and receiver, relaying information via some sort of psionic link. Even after removal, I've had to shield the device to contain the residual psionic field surrounding the implant itself for fear of what it might be capable of. If my current theory is correct, the commander may have played a more important role in Advent's operations than we could have possibly imagined. Well, thanks for the info there, Tigan. Let's keep going. You gained access to the Advanced Warfare Center. We want to build one of those real quick. Real quick indeed. Having an engineer in there means we recover from injuries faster, and we can also use it to gain extra skills, which is pretty cool. So you have the ability to go for Resistance Communications or the Advent Officer Corpse. I think we're going to go for the Resistance Communications right now, actually. I'd love to go for Magnetic Weapons, but 28 days is a long time. We got to get us some scientists first. So let's start this one.
A number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
I'm sure you will, Tigan. So we're going to click this and immediately clear our alien debris. There we go. A new room is now available for constructing a facility, which is lovely. Let us take a look here. We've got 33 supplies for clearing it out. And unfortunately, we don't have enough supplies to build our Advanced Warfare Center right away. So we're going to have to do that later. What we're going to do right now is we're going to head over here to the alien machinery, and we're going to start clearing this out as well. So we're going to put Mahmoud Mufadal to work here. Begin the excavation. There we go. And that way, we'll be able to start work on that 20-day job. It'll take a long time. If we can get a second engineer in there, it'll cut it in half, but we might want to start building the Advanced Warfare Center sooner than that if we can help it. So, wrong button again. I keep thinking I can go back into the world map, but no, I have to go into the world map and then back out to the ship. Alrighty, let's keep scanning, see if we get our Guerrilla Tactics School. And we do! New tactical and squad upgrades now available for purchase. Very nice. So, let's take a look. This is where we can buy all of our upgrades like squad size and those other valuable things. So there's a lot of good that can be done in here. But right now, I'm not sure if I immediately want to buy any of these things because we want the ability to get the squad size upgrades later. But first we need to have a sergeant in order to actually be able to do that. So we're going to have to do a couple more fights to level our soldiers up. We could take Vulture, which is better the earlier you get it, because it means the enemies drop more additional items. But we also want to try and get that Advanced Warfare Center going soon, so I kind of need all the supplies I can get. So I'm not sure if that's really the best plan for us right now. What we will do is we'll put a second engineer in here. So Alexei, you can start speeding this up. Here we go. There we go. Now that's down to only 10 days instead of 20, which is much better. The sooner we can get him in there, the more time we save. And what we're going to do in the Guerrilla Tactics School is we're actually going to put one of our rookies in here. I think we're going to put Thor in here. And Thor, I'm going to train you up. Yep, because by putting a rookie in here, we can train them to be a specific class. And we want them to be a specialist. Specialists are pretty versatile between hacking, healing, having ranged fighting ways for fighting robots, and just being generally decent soldiers. And we don't actually have 2 of those yet. So we're going to train Thor up to make sure he becomes one, because for some reason, the idea of Thor having a robot companion tickles me. So, there we go. And, let's see. We do have 91 supplies, so I could buy the Vulture upgrade, but I think it's better for us to try and get the Advanced Warfare Center and just save our resources for either the squad size upgrades or that building. Because we want one of these, definitely, but we don't really have the ability to take advantage of it fully just yet. So, we'll head back to the map and see if we can't get our hands on some more supplies. Hello! Incoming transmission. Communication from the Resistance. The Resistance Council has a new high-priority mission information. Of course there's a Resistance Council, there always is. Let's see what they say. Oh, okay. Operation Steel Shield. We have to extract a VIP from an Advent city, and if we do it, we get a scientist and 92 intel, which is a resource we don't really have a way to use yet, but we will soon. So, let's launch that mission and see what happens. This might be a bit of a challenge here. We're going to have to escape from this mission, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, what do we have here? We're going to bring mostly a team of solid soldiers here, I think, because we're going to want to make sure that we are leveling our people up so we can take advantage of them in the future. I think we're going to get rid of Schultz for now, and we'll replace them with one rookie. And I think the rookie we'll take is Paul Kelly. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like the plan to me. We don't have a specialist we can take on the mission, so we'll make sure we take a rookie instead. Paul's got the hair to handle it. So, Lynch, you no longer get the med kit. You get a grenade instead, since you are our grenadier. Kelly, you are going to grab that med kit, just so somebody's got one, and I'm also going to give you that better assault rifle we just made. So we click Make Weapons Available, and we'll get him that gun. Because there it is, and that means that even if he misses, he'll still do 1 damage, which is pretty nice. We got a sniper rifle, we got a cannon, we got a shotgun. This is as much as we're gonna get, so let's go on this mission. Hopefully nothing goes horribly wrong here. We're able to get ourselves a scientist, because that'll be a pretty big advantage for us. Right now, we're pretty behind on actually getting the science up. Having 2 engineers, though, is a huge boon, so I can't complain too much. I cannot complain too much. The volume down just a little bit there. I don't want to be peeking the microphone. But, yeah, so we're going to have to see how this goes. Guadalajara. Hopefully this goes well. I don't want to lose our soldiers just yet. We got to level them up a little bit so we can get the squad size upgrades and kind of even the playing field a little bit. It makes a big difference the more soldiers you can bring in early game. Alright, let's go. Oh, we start with the scientist in this one. Interesting. Oh, good. Hello. Interesting. Some of these escort missions, you have to go get them from partway through the mission. But in this one, we already have them, so we're already not concealed. So we have to manage to keep this very vulnerable scientist alive through a whole area when they know we're coming. This is going to be an adventure, I think. Okay. Paul, you're our most expendable soldier, but you don't have great reach right now. Can anybody get to decent cover here? Caitlin, I'm going to move you over to here for now and see what you see. Thankfully, nothing yet, but I'm going to move you a second time and see if that spells our doom. Well, we've already spotted some troops, so that's pretty much worst case scenario here. We needed to get up to some decent cover, but unfortunately doing that seems to have put us in a bit of a bad spot. Let's get our soldiers moved up. We'll keep this high cover for our escorted agent here to make sure nothing bad happens to them. From here, Kelly can see one target, but it's a very low chance to hit. He'll still do that 1 damage, but at this point 1 damage isn't a huge boon. Kim, I need to move you up into cover, because otherwise you're not going to be much use here. You do have a grenade. Can you grenade far enough? No, you can't. What about Kim? Oh, Kim double moved. Or rather, our assault already double moved. Visser, I'm going to move you over to here. I think we're going to do a bunch of overwatches this turn, because it's really going to be our best bet here, I think. We do have the launcher. The launcher can clip out his cover, which might be better than nothing. I don't really want to waste a grenade on one guy here. But it does give us a much better chance of survival, so I don't know if it's necessarily wasting. Alright, so you're gonna hunker down here. That should make you pretty much impossible for them to kill this turn. We have 2 people who can take shots in here. But we can't quite do enough damage to actually make a significant kill on anyone if we don't use the grenade. I don't like this grenade, but honestly, I'm not sure how else we're going to be able to easily pull through this first section, so we're going to spend a grenade. Good 4 damage hit, now we just need to hit him again. I don't like this at all, but I'm not comfortable with letting them get a whole free turn of attacks on us. Paul, please kill him for me. Good shooting, Paul. That's exactly what we needed. Alright. Promotion already, I like it. And Kim, you're going to overwatch for us, because I don't think it does us any better for you to actually shoot at them. And they might run away. Yes, they are, which means we might get a... No, it's an overwatch, we can't crit him here. But we did hit him for 3 damage, which is a good shot, Kim. Alright, he's run off. As is expected, since he lost his team, he's going to back up and try and get some reinforcements before coming back to fight us again. So, let's move up with Lynch.
Confirmed.
No new sight line on him. He did run pretty far then. Okay. Paul Kelly, I'm going to move you up alongside. We're going to try and regroup here and cover some ground, because we only have 11 turns to get out of here. Alright, Nora, you're going to head over behind this tree, which is also high cover. Unfortunately, it's a dash for you to get there, but I mean, that's better than nothing. And we're going to move up with Kim as well.
No need to ask twice.
There we go. And it doesn't do us much good to overwatch here, but we're going to overwatch anyway.
Get some.
And Visser, you're going to move up to right beside our sniper for now.
Heading to that location.
If we don't find anything new, they're both going to move anyway, so we might as well. Alright, that's kind of what I expected to have happen. Let us grab Lynch here. This is a big open space. There's a bunch of buildings on the sides that we could try to use here. Might be safer than just running straight down the middle, but we have to get over all the way down there, so I don't think it does us any good to detour to try and come around up here. It might. It might help us to try and get to high ground. Let's send Lynch over to here and see what she sees.
I'm on the move.
Alright.
I got eyes on Advent troops.
Alright, we found the squad that they backed up to. There's our injured friend from before. Now, thankfully, because of squad sight, Kim can see them. So, Kim, you have a 47% chance shot on the weakened enemy, 35% chance there. It's not terrible. Visser, if I move you up, you probably have a decent grenade lob here, so let's move you up and do that first. Because they're all pretty close together. Can you take out their cover here? Trying to get right in between these two pieces of cover, but the camera doesn't want to let me do it. It might not be possible from the distance they're apart, but I feel like it is. There we go. So that can get us 2 of them, but it's the 2 we've already got pretty close to getting. I think that's probably the best shot right now, though. Right here. Alright, launch it.
Frag out.
We're being very aggressive with our grenades, which might not be the best strategy, because it might mean that we're running low and we need them later. Oh, it didn't break his cover. That's unfortunate. I guess that high cover is much tougher than it looks. Alrighty, I guess we'll head up over here then, and see if we can't finish the job with anybody else.
Designated coordinates.
We don't necessarily need to kill Kelly. Rather, we don't want to kill Kelly. We don't necessarily need to kill the sectoid, we just need to kill someone. So if Kelly can get a kill on the guy in the back there, that would be decent. I'd like to do it with Kelly, though, so we can take a shot at the sectoid with our sniper, who probably has a better chance at actually hitting him. Kelly! Ooh! 7 damage crit, that's what we're talking about. He came here to prove himself. He was ready for action. Alright, 35% chance with the sniper rifle. Not great odds, but you know what, Kim? We're gonna give it a try anyway. Can you hit him? This is less than a coin flip. And she takes him out! Ho-ho! I was not expecting that to work. But I am okay with the fact that it did. Alright. We don't really want to move up with the scientists, but we don't want to leave the scientists completely behind either, so we're going to move them into here and then hunker down. And Lynch, you have a shot at our friend over there. Only a 46% chance. He might run away if we just leave him be, but we're going to take a shot. We've been lucky so far. Not lucky this time, but that's okay. We should be able to deal with this. Because I'm feeling he's going to run off here. No, he runs up. And overwatches. Alright, so he's probably not going to get a chance to do anything here, so I'm kind of okay with this. Sniper can't see him, which is a little bit unfortunate. Ava can, though. Ava's got a 56% chance to hit him. If we need to, we can just grenade out his cover, but I want to try and give Ava a chance to clear the way here. Alright, we'll use the grenade strategy, I suppose. Because we need him to die, and we really don't want to mess around with this, because we need to be able to keep moving the people up who are in the back. So we're just going to blow him up. Not the most elegant solution, but it gets the job done. Could I have just moved up next to him and then shot him? Absolutely. But, because I don't know what's in front of me, and I kind of want to bring our people who are way back more to the front here, so that we're actually grouped up together, I don't think it's a good idea to move up super aggressively just yet, because the last thing we want to do is activate another pack of enemies. So, 78% chance shot. Please hit him. Another critical. Doing good work today, Paul. You've definitely earned that promotion. All you had to do was shoot at him, though, because even a miss would kill him. So I can't complain too much. Alright, Kim, you're going to head over here, and you're going to overwatch with us, with your pistol for us, rather. And Nora, you're going to move over to here and hunker down as well, so that we're all close and together again. There we go. We're burning through our grenades extremely quickly. And they're bringing in reinforcements. Alright, let's move Lynch up to here and see what we see. Kelly's running low on ammo, so if we can, we want to reload with him this turn. Let's move Kelly over to here. It's probably a decent spot. I kind of blew up all the nice cover that was over here, which is unfortunate, but so it goes. Actually, I'm just going to move Kelly over to here right now. We're not going to move up enough to bring in any more enemies, and I do need to reload, and we want them in some kind of cover. So, it's better than nothing. And from here, we have some nice cover nearby. Alright, Pin, you're going to want to be here, I think. There we go, and we'll overwatch with you.
On Overwatch.
Let's see here. Visser, I want to move up with you as well. We gotta be careful here. If we set too many overwatches, then we're gonna have no ammo left if we actually get a chance to shoot people, which would not be good. But we're gonna set an overwatch with Visser at the very least.
On Overwatch.
And Nora, you're going to hide behind the tree, I think. Nice high cover there for you, so you're less likely to get shot in the back. And hunker down for me, please. And Lynch, I'm actually just going to have you overwatch too. You got plenty of ammo left. Okay, so we have no word on where these reinforcements are coming from. We know there was a pack over here, but we don't see them now. How do I want to do this? Alright. Lynch, you're going to move over to here for now.
Moving out.
No sight lines on anything yet. Kelly, put you over here.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
It's not great to spread out like this, especially when we know they're bringing in reinforcements soon, but at the moment I am willing to be a little bit more risky. We'll see if that pays off for me, or if it just gets me dead, but hopefully it won't.
Moving out.
And we'll grab Nora and send them over to the high cover over here. We're going to be reloading with people who need to, if there's any of them left. You should be fine. You're fine.
Covering now. I'm on it.
You're okay. And you know what, we'll reload with you too, just to be safe. Probably don't need a reload here with Visser. She had plenty of shots left. But I know there's some people coming in soon who want to be ready for it. We know there's enemies over here, that's not a surprise. Alright, let's go unveil them.
Okay.
Still no line of sight on them. I don't like this. Alright, Kelly, you're gonna move up as well. Let's get you over behind this high cover. We only have 6 turns left to get out of here, but we've covered a lot of ground, so we should be okay. Kim Payne, I'm gonna move you over to this high cover. You don't get a second action this turn, but that's okay. It's a better spot for you. And we're gonna move up with Visser over to here.
Confirmed.
We know they have reinforcements coming. We know they have at least one more pack of enemies left. We just don't know where any of them are. We'll get sent up here too, and we'll set up some overwatches with people who can. There we go. Where are they?
Quiet.
Are they in the building? There's our rooftop. We just have to get up there. And we can get up from here, but the problem is, we know there's enemies around there, and they might be waiting for us. Let's move Lynch over to here for now.
Move into designated coordinates.
We still don't see anything. I don't like this. Alright, Kelly. We're going to take an aggressive move with you and sit over here for now. Still nothing, eh? We're running out of turns. We can't keep going this slow. That's the problem. I was hoping they would be a bit more aggressive before now. Alright. Well, what we're going to do then is we're going to get in position so that we can rush the building.
Understood. Moving out.
Because that may be our main option right now. Nora, you'll head over here. I'd love to move up, but I can't move up with anybody now that we've gotten in a position like this. So we're just going to get in a position where we won't be in trouble now. We have 4 more turns to get out, and we can push to the exit from here.
You hear anything?
If they're on the roof, they might come back into line of sight. Yes, they did. That's some wonderful physics action right there. And the shotgun blast missed, but we did murder a tree, so I'll take that.
I've got nothing. I've been forced.
Alright, they know we're here. And they're walking right into our shots. Pistol overwatch. That's a good hit. We couldn't even see them. Miss with the chain gun, and a miss from Kelly as well. But they're wounded now.
Not good.
That's what we like to see. So that one's dead. Lynch can just walk up and kill him. Payne, do you see the other one? 35%. Alright, here's the real question. Can you grenade them both? I think you probably can. If you walk up a little bit more, you should be able to grenade the guy in the back there. You won't be able to snipe them this turn, which is unfortunate. Oh, that's a commander, too. How do we want to do this, then? Visser, we're going to move you over to here. Do you have line of sight from here? You don't really have line of sight from where you are right now, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. But I think from here, you should be good. You should be able to see through the window there.
There now.
Yeah, now you can see both of them, and you're flanking him. Perfect. Kelly, I don't know where to put you, so I'm going to put you over here for now.
I'm on the move.
Now you can see them both. Good. Alright, so Kim, this is definitely not your normal strategy, but you're going to move over here and toss a grenade for me.
Moving out.
It's not so important that we hit this guy, because we can kill him. The important thing is we take out this guy's cover, and then we can clear him out. So we're going to do that right here. It might blow up some of our escape area on the roof, because blowing up the ground floor tends to do that. Nope, looks like we're okay. So now we have 2 people who can shoot at him and finish him off, and Caitlin should be able to finish off the one in front. So, let's try and give this to our heavy first, Visser. You have a 72% chance to make this count. Good. An 8 damage critical, that's what we like to see. Very nice. And we're going to give a shot here to Lynch, I think. Is there a way up on this side? I don't think so. There is an item there for us to pick up, though, so we can grab that and then head through here after we've finished murdering this poor soul. So, Lynch, head over here, shotgun him in the face, please.
Rolling.
And the glorious shotgun has a 100% chance to hit. There we go. That's how you do it, Lynch.
It's down.
That's how you do it. Alright, Nora, you're going to run over here. We have to go around this mess, so I'm going to run you over to this pillar for now. Do not find anything new. Good. Those civilians jumped that bench in a hurry, but then just casually walked away. Alright, so since they've left, we can go over the bench now, I believe. Not 100% sure on that, since the NPCs did, but I don't know if we can. But we'll find out. And we'll overwatch with Kelly, just for safety's sake. Alright, they're here in 3 turns, so we gotta get out of here in a hurry. So we're gonna do just that. Can I get you up here this turn? Are they standing at the top of the thing so we can't climb up here? No, they're not. Okay, good. For a second there, I was worried that the NPCs were trolling the heck out of us. Alright. Looks like this part of the roof might explode, so we gotta be a little bit careful, but I think it should be okay. We're going to send Lynch through to here to grab this item.
Position confirmed.
What do we find? A stock, okay, again, and an agility PCS, which gives us 12% dodge. Okay. Interesting. Grab them. Grab them and go. Oh, I can't jump through that window. Okay, well, I'll come jump through this window then. Where did those pillars go? There they are. They were just hiding. Alright, so, Kim, you need to move. Let's send Noor first. Nora, we'll send you over here into this cover. Ah, there were civilians hiding up there. Go on, casually walk away. No big deal. Casually walks over, then body checks the door. Alright, and we're gonna evac you out of there, Nora. Get out.
VIP secure and in position for evac.
I have a feeling that we've killed everybody. We're not seeing any more enemies anymore, and they haven't seemed to give any kind of indication that they're coming. So I have a feeling that we're okay now. But just to be safe, we're going to wait until all of our team can get to the extraction zone in one turn before we start extracting some of our soldiers at a time. So, let's get everybody as close as they can. Some of us are already there, but not all of us. Our sniper and our assault won't be able to make it out this turn, so we'll keep them together. And yeah, we can hop over the bench now that the civilians got out the way. Alright, and Kim, you're gonna come hide on this side. I thought they said they were sending reinforcements, but we haven't seen any hide or hair of them since then, so I guess not. Alright, I guess it's time for us to get out of here with our lives. That, could have been much worse. And we'll evac you out. Instantly gone. Evac you out, Kelly. Instantly gone. That's the fun of hitting tab when people are doing animations. All of a sudden, they just stop being there. Alrighty. No, not hunker down. Evac, please. Thank you. And last soldier, Lynch, time to get out of here. Hopefully this doesn't end your turn since you're the last soldier. That would be annoying. No, you can still evac. Good. Alright, out you go. I'd say that was pretty much a success. Pretty much a success. Only 6 enemies. I was expecting more than that for our first council mission, but you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Most under fire was nobody, and that's because we spammed our grenades like there was no tomorrow. It was definitely a lot easier than I was expecting, though. I was just thinking there was going to be reinforcements. I thought we'd have at least, like, 9 or 10 enemies, but no, only 6. I'll take it. average cover bonus was terrible, so we had to make our way across all that no man's land. But, so it goes. So it goes. Alright, back to base. Nice and successful. What did we get? Kelly got a promotion. Nobody else did, though.
They won't forget it.
Ah, you have another specialist. What do you know? Perfect. Now you have 3 of them, and that's great. Having more specialists is never a problem. Okay. Got ourselves our stock and our agility. We also got our scientist.
Another impressive effort, Commander. My expectations were high, and yet you have
Alrighty.
exceeded them.
Commander, you've done an exemplary job in seizing this opportunity to strike back at Advent in New Mexico, a move that will surely embolden resistance forces around the world. Please use the accompanying allotment of resources to further your advances.
See? I can do it too, Councilman. Alright, Nura Sen, research time is decreased by 33%. That is awesome. Okie dokie. So, turns out, they're not all gone. The scientists do still exist. And that should speed things up nicely.
Commander, work is well underway, but it will be some time yet before my research is complete.
Indeed
Our
it
research
is.
progressing.
Alright, so that should make things a little bit nicer in here. Now, I think this is probably a pretty good place for us to end this episode, so thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor, and until next time, bye-bye.
I had access